The next few weeks, the next coming days are going to be very tense as we wait to see how the military reacts to this huge uprising. And it really could go either way at the moment. The military itself does not have a history of backing down. It has a history of violently suppressing any kinds of pro-democracy movement. The military in Myanmar have been caught on the back foot. I don't think they really expected there to be such a backlash against the coup. We've been seeing hundreds of thousands of people on the streets marching every day now for days on end, and the tide is just not stopping. What we've seen so far from the military is an increased presence of troops on the streets. We have seen some forms of violent crackdown. Protesters have faced water cannons, have faced tear gas. We've also seen live fire. We're seeing the internet being switched off now for 3 nights in a row, and that is causing people to fear what's going to happen while their voices are silenced. Aung San Suu Kyi was very popular because she was seen as this pro-democracy leader who spent 15 years under house arrest for the sake of trying to reform the nation and trying to give people more rights. So first of all, people don't want to let go of that democracy, and they're very angry that they have voted overwhelmingly for Aung San Suu Kyi and her NLD party, and that has been taken away from them. They feel very disrespected by the generals. Myanmar was going through a democratic transition. Many people would argue that it hadn't achieved full democracy yet. The military still regains a lot of control over the parliament. They had 25% of the seats. They also had control over key ministries. The civilian government was very restricted in what it was able to do. So it was already an experiment with democracy. There was a facade of democracy, but it wasn't full democracy. This coup has set the country back even further in terms of democratic rights, and it will take a long time to recover from that. And even if the military somehow backs down, if it avoids a violent confrontation with protesters, or even if it has fresh elections, then the democratic progress that the country made has really regressed, and that's very unfortunate.